Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Football United TV and the Premier League weekend show. Let's get the ball rolling because we got a lot to get into and we are bringing the FA Cup into this edition. So fasten your seatbelts. Let's rock and roll. Yes, people, welcome back to the Premier League weekend show where there hasn't been any Premier League weekend results. Instead, we're going to be talking about next weekend's and the week's fixtures. But first off, we're going to talk a little bit about the Premier League teams in the FA Cup this weekend and what a great FA Cup weekend it has been. First of all, I just want to introduce Marlie and Anthony. How are you guys doing? You all right?
Not too bad, Matt.
As good as we can be today, right? That was a little annoying for us.
Yeah, it was a bit annoying, yeah.
Yeah, a bit sad for Arsenal today. Another shock of the FA Cup this weekend. Like I said, great weekend. But Man United have got theirs tomorrow, so maybe there's another shock coming up. So fasten your seatbelts for that one because that is the last one, I think, of the FA Cup third round. First of all, though, guys, wanted to touch on quickly Newcastle getting beat this weekend by Cambridge United of League Two. Shocking result, and Kieran Trippier's debut as well. And he's probably looking back on that and thinking that's probably the worst debut he's probably ever had to play in. Marlie, what do you make of Newcastle, mate? Is it a crisis for them for survival in the Premier League, seeing as they are rock bottom and they've only won one game?
Dude, sure, it's not going to be good for for their morale to lose against a League Two side, but still, it doesn't really matter what they do in the FA Cup. I know they're gonna struggle a little bit, but I really don't see them getting relegated because I'm assuming they're going to be bringing in a lot of talent. So I hope they do, because that delays Newcastle becoming another Man City that's going to be ahead of Arsenal, like one more team that we're not going to be able to compete with. But yeah, I mean, I hope this bothers them a little bit, but I don't see it actually meaning anything for the league.
You don't think so? Because I'm pretty sure though Eddie Howe came out and he said this we need this win to build momentum going back into the league. And I mean they need players in, don't they, Anthony, now? Or do you think they don't want to do what Fulham did and overcrowd their situation and make a team gel together in such short time?
Well, the trouble is, though, I mean, obviously the window's here. They do need a couple of players. I think, personally, with that Newcastle team, I think it's just the spine of that team. It needs strengthening, to be honest with you. I mean, you're talking about 2 and maybe 3 players. It's like what you said. You don't want to overcrowd the team with new players because it takes time for them to gel. And they're in a crisis position at the minute. So, obviously, as you said, losing in the FA Cup to a team so low down in the league. Like what you said, it was Trippier's debut. I bet he thought, "What the bloody hell have I come here for?" You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's gonna take time. But I, in all fairness, Matt, I think they'll get relegated. I think he's there to, if they do get relegated, Eddie Howe's there to promote them the following season. That's what I reckon.
Right, yeah. So you think he's they've got him in to just in case that they do get relegated, he's the guy to keep, and they wouldn't get rid of him if they got relegated, Marlie?
That
No,
doesn't make a whole lot of sense, mate. You give a manager.
I don't think they will. I don't think they'll get rid of him. If they went down, I don't think they'll get rid of him because he'd be the right man to take him back up to the Premier League, I reckon. So,
yeah, who would they get in to do such a job? I guess Marlie, right? It would be difficult to get somebody in, wouldn't
Dude,
it? Eddie Howe would be any.
I have no idea, but you don't give a manager like over half a season with a team that's sure they're not great, but it's not one of the 3 worst teams in the Prem. By far, it's not. So you don't give a manager more than half a season and have him fail and have him continue there. I don't think that would make a lot of sense, but who knows? It's true that he'd be great for the championship. But
I think they did the same to Rafael Benitez, didn't they? When he got relegated under him, Rafa, and then he promoted him from the championship back up.
Right. Maybe it'll be him then. Who takes it? He's not having a good time at Everton, is he, at the moment? But you think if you think Newcastle are going to get in more players? You're hearing so many rumours in the transfer market. You think that's the way for them to go, or do you think that Eddie Howe should probably just use that money wisely?
You got to use it wisely, but doesn't mean they're not going to bring in players. They need some. They need some. I mean, clearly things are not working out. They still have a better squad than Watford, Norwich, Burnley. They should be staying up, but it's not working out. So yeah, put the money in. It's very simple. I wish Arsenal thought like that, but yeah, just invest. You need to improve the squad.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they got the money there. They got the money there, but he's going to be. It's like what Matt said. You don't want to assign too many players in one window because it's going to take time for them to gel. They're just best off buying 2 or 3 players in this window and just hope for the best.
Yeah, but those 2 or 3 players that you're talking about, they're going to be at a level that's much higher than mid-table in the Prem. They're going to be quality players. So that should suffice. That's still going to be expensive, So.
Well, rumor has it he's only got 100 million to spend in this window.
Only
100 million, yeah.
Well, that's still quite a lot in January, and I'm thinking that the January transfer window is hard to attract players. It is Newcastle, so when I say should they be doing it wisely, I mean maybe should it be players that Eddie Howe knows he can attract to the club instead of just the really high-profile players like Aaron Ramsey, Trippier that might not necessarily work because literally at the end of the day, we know Trippier 95% went for the money, even though there is something there he can do for Newcastle. He can make a name for himself. He can be a part of that foundation of this rise that Newcastle were going to be, like the Man City players were when they first came in, like Robinho and co. So, yeah, wisely, I think, in my opinion, that maybe Eddie Howe should be given a little bit more say in the players that should be coming in, because I don't necessarily think he's pulling all these cards out, trying. I mean, Aaron Ramsey, do you think he'd be a good fit, Marlie? It's quite injury prone.
He's very injury prone. I don't think he'd be a good player long term for them, but I definitely feel like he'd earn them a couple of points because when he's healthy, he usually plays well in the Prem. So I think he'd help them for sure, and I'm assuming he wouldn't cost anything. He has high wages, but I'm assuming it'd be a loan with maybe an option to buy, but Juventus aren't really interested in him anymore. They didn't pay anything for him. So,
I think somebody said on the show the other day that he's getting paid more than Ronaldo was at Juventus.
That's the perks of being a free agent, right? That's what happened to him. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely he's gonna have to lower that. I mean, maybe not for Newcastle, but for other clubs, he's definitely he's definitely going to have to lower his expectations, financially speaking.
Yeah, I think so. What about you, Ant, on to finish up on Newcastle?
Yeah, I think, obviously Aaron, it's like what Cousin said, he's totally injury prone now. He hasn't been featuring obviously in the Juventus team because obviously the manager has got, different opinions of him and different views of players that should be playing in his position. So, I mean, if Newcastle do get him, it'd be a good. I reckon it'd be a good buy. I think what I read. It was a loan deal, with a possible buy at the end of the season, depending on how they get on at the end, if they survive, basically. So, but I
So
mean,
it's
he
a
hasn't been.
get out clause for Ramsey, basically, if they get relegated. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a lifeline.
yeah, it's a lifeline. Yeah,
I wonder if
but
Trippier got one of those. Did he get a lifeline in his contract somewhere? If we get relegated, I have a clause that says I can go to another club. Maybe.
I don't know, but it'd be weird seeing him in the Championship if they do go down.
Well, it would be, because I know he still wants his England place back. So, and I'm pretty sure Ramsey still wants to play for Wales. So it's quite important for him to get some game time. And I'm not sure. Are Wales in a World Cup qualification as well?
I think they are, but you got to think over half of that team for Wales, they're Championship players anyway. So
right, yeah, but I mean, just for him personally, I think looking at Newcastle, would it be a good move in Serie A and Juventus? He's not really getting looked at. They've already sort of said that he should be ready to go now. Like, I think they've even come out and said he should go. So yeah, maybe it'd be a good move for him. Okay, let's read out some comments. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Smash like, share, subscribe. Lauren does apologize for not being in tonight. Life is life. Things happen. You've got to work hard. You've got to do your thing, and it gets all up in you. So big ups to her anyway. She'll come on at some point soon, hopefully. Shouts out to Lauren. She's in the comments as well. Big up Matt Niall Kane. Hello. Devils United. Big up Devils United. Noel Kane, big up Maisie. See you shortly. Yes, Maisie is going live. Go check her out. Quiz night on the Devils United. First player up is Arsenal fan Luca. Oh, that should be fun. QNTV, big up to you, QNTV. Smash the like button. Yes, thank you so much. And big up to Lauren. Evening, guys. Popping in to say have a great show. Gutted I can't join. Hopefully, Lauren, we'll get you back on soon, and we'll try and arrange it so we can both get on together and do some streaming, because you are truly awesome. And we got one here from Jordan. Yo, Matt, big up Jordan from Jamaica. So topic number 2, guys, and it's been circulating the press recently. I did see a picture earlier of the man on a private jet heading to Birmingham, and it is Aston Villa to sign Coutinho. What do you make of this? Gerrard linking with old players. I mean, very smart move from him, and Aston Villa. It looks like it's a good assignment getting Gerrard in, because it looks like they're going to get a few more players as well. Apparently, they're saying. So, Marlie, what do you make of this, man? Good deal.
It reminds me a little bit of Arteta praising Ozil when he got the Arsenal managerial position. But I do think Coutinho is gonna play better than Ozil had been playing for a couple of years. It's exciting times at Villa, mate. Like, they got Martinez, that's a great goalkeeper. They've been getting a couple of exciting players. They're like competing with the bigger guys for players. I'd love to be a Villa fan right now. I mean, I'm not saying I'd rather be a Villa fan.
So that again,
Arsenal fan. That's not what I'm saying. But given that, exciting times for them. Like, the curve looks upwards right now. So yeah, I mean, I hope it doesn't work.
But it's amazing, bro, because they got rid of Grealish, 100 million. He left, and you kind of thought, well, they're going to have to rebuild that now, and they slowly are, even with a new manager, Anthony. Quite impressive, right?
Very impressive.
Yeah, it is impressive. Yeah, very impressive. I mean, Coutinho, it's like what you said, going back with his old former teammate. I mean, Steven Gerrard, he's going to attract good players there. This was a rumour going back before he signed for Villa that he was going to be in a swap deal with Aubameyang and with Coutinho coming the other way to Arsenal. This was a story leaking about the last 4 or 5 weeks, but obviously, he's signed for Villa. I mean, I don't think he's going to be as good as what he was, like obviously when he played for Liverpool. But I mean, he's a good signing for him. I think they're after what's the Brighton midfielder? Bissouma,
yeah.
Yeah. Aston Villa are after him as well. So
he's good.
Yeah, so that I think if they get him, obviously they only got Coutinho and that a couple of more players, they're definitely going to reach at least top 6 with these players. They're going to be challenging for that Europa League.
I guess Barcelona are very happy as well, Marlie, the fact that they got Coutinho finally off the books, because I think his wages were quite high and they bought him for about 140 million from Liverpool. So just shows you that was just way over the top, wasn't it, on the price for him at that time.
It's proven to be one of the worst pieces of business ever in football history, right?
I think Bayern Munich are the only ones that got anything out of it. He won a Champions League there, didn't he?
Yeah, but he was a he was a squad player, like he's one of those players that definitely regrets leaving Liverpool. Like he didn't work out before Liverpool. He wasn't great at Inter. He looks to be one of those, like one club player. Like I don't think he's gonna be great ever again. Maybe he'll be good. And that's probably enough to be exciting for Villa. Because I disagree with Cousin. I don't think they're up there yet to be fighting for top 6, but they're consolidating themselves as a constant first half of the table club.
Agree with that, Anthony?
Well, yeah, but it depends how obviously if Gerrard gets these players in he's after and how quick they can gel within the team look. Obviously that he's going to want them playing in a certain role. I think they're going to do well, Villa. You got to think. I think they'll finish top 7, maybe.
When you think about it, mate, you have the people say big 6. I say big 5 plus Tottenham. You have Leicester. You have West Ham. You have a couple of very good clubs. Villa are still quite far from Leicester's squad. They might be doing Leicester's not doing well this season. But look at their team. So they still have some work to do, but it's definitely exciting right now.
But then again, I mean, we continue with him playing behind the front. If he plays behind the front 1 or the front 2, I mean, obviously Watkins and Danny Ings hasn't really been scoring of late. I mean, Ings scored on the weekend, but it's like what I said, he'd be there supporting the 2 strikers. So obviously, it's going to improve their goal ratio with him in that team anyway. So.
Well, I think Steven Gerrard as well, because he played with Coutinho when we saw him at his best, which was at Liverpool, will probably be able to get that sort of Coutinho back to where he was, because I think he just suited the Premier League, suited fast play. I think the slower play for him is a little bit lethargic. I think he likes to be under pressure. As you can see, some of his goals where he had to really think fast. And you see the way he played with Barcelona and Bayern Munich, where it was just a little bit too slow tempo for him. And he just couldn't really give that impact of how great he was at Liverpool. And I think Gerrard might have seen that he can get that out of him. He's clearly, as a captain as well, got that out of him anyway when he was at Liverpool. Do you know what I mean? Which is sort of like a manager in a sense, isn't it? Being a captain of a team. So hopefully that might work. That might work for Aston Villa then.
Maybe it won't, mate. Maybe it won't. I mean, Coutinho in his prime, he was amazing. I never saw him as a huge chance creator. I always liked him better as a left winger than a cam, which was always frustrating for Brazil because for a long time, him and Neymar were the 2 best attacking players, and they kind of play in the same position. Coutinho's he's very known for cutting inside and shooting. He was great at that when he was at Liverpool. People have this tendency of thinking players that did well in the Prem and left are going to do well when they go back to the Prem. It's not always the case. You can look at Gareth Bale. Like it's not always when you stay away for a long time, you change as well. And unfortunately, it's rare to see Brazilian players losing form and gaining it back. Like the mindset's an issue here. I've said this multiple times.
Yeah, completely agree. So we're all finished on Aston Villa. All said your piece. All good with that. Doing well at the moment. Yeah, all agree. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about a team that are at the top of the table, looking like nobody's going to be able to compete anymore because they are pushing well ahead. City unstoppable, guys. What can anybody do to try and compete with such a team at the moment? They are terrific, aren't they? I know Arsenal definitely gave them a battle last time they saw them in the Premier League, and that was a very good fight against them. And I think Arsenal maybe at some point can get to that level. But I mean, at this moment in time, City just dominant, right?
Yeah, they're dominant. I mean, for any team that want to stop them, you're gonna have to buy every single one of the Man City players and play them in your team. That's the only way. That's the only way forward for that. So, yeah, they're, to be honest with you, is that what I said? They're lacking strikers. I was surprised they didn't buy a striker in the beginning part of the season. But with Pep and what he's done with that team, have you noticed with the Man City squad as well? The wide players and all that are getting more involved in the middle as well. So they've got attacking options, left, right, and obviously centre. Goals are coming in all over the pitch with Man City. So they don't really need a striker, in my opinion. So, yeah, they'll do well. They're going to win the league, Matt.
I think so. I'm already saying it. We're only just through on the halfway point, and it looks like Marlie, doesn't it? Clear cut. They've won it. I thought it'd be an interesting season this year, and it might go down to the wire. But unfortunately, yet again, City showing that they've got everything that they need to win a league. They are a league-winning team, and to win it 2 times in a row shows you Pep is good, because it's difficult against teams like Liverpool and Chelsea, because they've been quite good recently as well. And, you know, Chelsea are the European champions. So, yeah, what do you think?
Mate, they're going to win by at least 10 points. Like they're going to take it quite easily this season. They have by far the best squad. By far. They have the best manager of the 21st century. Sure, Klopp puts in a fight, but when you think about everything like all together, Pep's the best manager we've seen in a long time. So it's tough. It's tough. I think Natesh said it recently. It was a Gunners from all corners. For you to beat City in the league, like, you need them to have an off season. They're never going to be crap, but when they lose 5 games in a season, that's a bad season for City, mate. They're dominant. Chelsea's probably the squad that's closest to them, but it's so far off. City's team is just amazing, mate. They're probably, name to name, you can talk about PSG with all the ridiculous expensive players they have, but City's most likely the best team in the world.
Would you say that? Would you say, Marlie, just sorry to cut in, would you say that that's to do with the way that they're run and the freedom that Pep has, like, say, with decisions with players? I mean, you see what happened with Lukaku at Chelsea. You'd never really see that at Man City. And I don't think you'd ever see the player playing for the club again, for that matter. Is it the fact that the respect for Pep, seeing as he's done so much in football as a player and as a manager, is phenomenal for the players to be able to be managed under such an ego and such a winning character?
Yeah, he's got. It's a lot to do with his merits, right? Because players respect him. You've had the occasional fights, right? Like in the past with Ibra, with Yaya Toure, but now, like, players don't even try to say anything against him. And why would you? He's so successful. And he's got the ideal situation there. I don't even I know they spend a lot of money, but it's not like City goes out and spends 100 million like every single transfer window, right? Like, they spend a lot. But it's not like Pep takes ridiculous advantage of that. It's just like he can do pretty much everything he needs. That's it. It's the ideal situation for a manager.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Would you agree, Anthony, on that? That the fact that it's very ideal for him.
Well, yeah, it is very ideal for him. I mean, you just got to look at what he's done and what he's achieved at that team. You know, the squad of players he's got. They just recently sold one to Barcelona, I think. Was it for about 40 million, 50 million?
Ferran Torres.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and
he can't play from at the moment, though.
You got what?
Yeah, he did.
He can't play from at the moment because of their wage structure. It goes over the top.
Over the week,
registered yet. Yeah.
No, but it's like what I said. I mean, Pep did have plans for him as well, but I mean, obviously, I suppose him and the board thought, right, well, the way we're playing, the players we've got at the minute, we just don't need him. You know, let's send him to Barcelona so we can play. You know, so we can get a bit of first team football under his belt. So, but yeah, I think everything that Charlie said, I totally agree with. You know, you can't fault them and their style of play, and his footballing brain Peps is absolutely fantastic. So
it's too bad there's only like 132 fans to appreciate it, but yeah, it's just phenomenal what they have going on.
We know one of them fans, don't we, as well? Big up to Hibbert.
Well, yeah, but they that one when they played against us and beat us, that to me it wasn't really a penalty. Man City's, unless Odegaard's was a penalty as well. So I will chuck that into the equation. Should have been 2-2.
Okay, fair enough.
That was blatant robbery.
No, it was.
Well, how about now? Just to wrap it off at the end here, we'll look at the fixtures coming up for the week and next weekend, and we're just going to shout out our predictions of what we think the score will be. So let's have a look. Let's just get onto it and share it for you. Here we go. All right. Okay. Can we see that? Cool.
Yeah.
I think there's more actually. Oh yeah, beg your pudding. Okay. Let's start off with Wednesday, the 12th of January, West Ham versus Norwich. What do you think the score will be, guys?
2-0 West Ham.
3-0 West Ham.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3-0 West Ham. Got that one. Cool. Brighton, Hove and Albion versus Crystal Palace on Friday, the 14th of January. Guys, what do you think the score is going to be?
2-2.
Look at that.
Did you say 2-2?
2-2, yeah.
Both said 2-2.
Yeah.
At the same time, yeah.
I'm going to say 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Okay. Saturday, the 15th of January, Manchester City versus Chelsea. Oh, big game on Saturday at 12:30. What do you think the score is going to be, guys?
2-1 Man City.
I second that.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say 3-1 City. Burnley versus Leicester City, 3 o'clock kickoff. What do you think, guys?
2-0 Leicester.
I'm going to go 1-0 Leicester.
I'm going to go 3-1. Newcastle United versus Watford. What do you think, guys? This is a tough one for for relegation battle.
2-2.
Well, on Newcastle's last game, I'll go 5-0 Watford. That's a joke. I think Watford will win this one. I'll say 2-1 Watford.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-0 Watford. Surprise one. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Aston Villa versus Man United, and especially, because we've got them in the cup tomorrow, in the FA Cup, so twice in a few days. What do you think the result's going to be, guys?
3-1 Aston Villa.
Oh, you bastard.
2-1 Villa.
I'm going to say Man United are fairly good away. I'm going to say 3-1 to United. Sunday, the 16th of January, we got Liverpool versus Brentford. Guys, what do you think the result's going to be?
I'm going to go... It was 3-3 last game, wasn't it? I'm going to go 3-2 Liverpool.
Okay.
Right. 3-1.
Okay. I'm going to go 4-0 Brentford. Liverpool, sorry. Wow. Easy.
I tell you what, I'll laugh at that come in. Your first prediction.
Man, right, we'll go with that 4-0 Brentford just for a laugh, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be the other way around. But I'm just going to do that for a laugh. If we get it right next week, I want to see everybody smash us up to 30 likes for it. West Ham United versus Leeds, guys. What do you think the result's going to be in this one?
5-2 West Ham. Bold one.
I'm going to go 3-2 Leeds.
Can I ask why on earth? I mean, of course, West Ham are playing City on Wednesday, but West Ham are also playing the people that they played in the cup. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm going to say, oh, that's difficult. It's not really. West Ham 3-1 against Leeds. And last but not least, Spurs versus Arsenal, the big game. I'm asking two Arsenal fans here what they think the result's going to be. This will be interesting. Guys, what do you think?
Well, we got players like with AFCON at the minute. Apparently Smith Rowe and somebody else has been struck down with COVID as from today. So that means Lukonga's going to be in the middle with somebody else, maybe like Shaka or someone like that. So I'm going to say 2-1 Tottenham.
Oh,
I think Xhaka has COVID. I think ESR and Tomiyasu have a minor injury. I'm not gonna predict a Spurs win. I can't.
I don't want to, but
2-all.
2-2. Okay. I'm gonna say a 2-2 as well, Marlie. I'm gonna go with that. I think it will be a struggle for Spurs, and I think Arsenal need to step up, seeing as they went out the FA Cup today to Nottingham Forest. Way,
Dude, it's funny. I made a tweet, but my Twitter still picking up size. But mate, literally an hour after Arsenal embarrassed themselves, and the biggest player to blame, you gotta say Lukonga. He had an awful game, awful game. He lost possession that led to the goal, dude. Literally an hour later, Bruno Guimarães, the player we've been the most strongly linked to, and that apparently is not going to be coming in the winter. Dude, he took an amazing assist, like with his bad left leg. I don't know, 40 meters away to Paquetá. It's like the universe is yelling at us in full volume.
go get him.
Buy me.
Do you think you will?
I hope we get him in the summer, mate. It doesn't seem like... I mean, maybe that game makes Arteta realize that he should be prioritizing midfield, not the striking position right now. But if you're talking about market opportunities, mate, if you have a chance of buying Vlahovic, sure, that makes a lot of sense too. But I just don't want Arsenal to actually miss out on that one. And because of that, miss out on Bruno Guimarães, because if we wait until the end of the season, everyone's going to want him. He's phenomenal, mate. One of the best midfielders in the world right now. And he's like 24. He's still going to improve. He's not that expensive. Yeah, no brainer to me.
Yeah, you need some players, don't you, Anthony?
yeah, we do, mate. Yeah, I think obviously he's in two positions. Obviously, he's in strikers and midfield. I mean, that today was absolutely poor. I mean, the best player on our pitch today was Leno, the goalkeeper. He kept us in it. That free kick he saved. I mean, we could have lost 3-0, to be honest with you. And Arsenal did not really have a shot on goal in that game. We didn't. We was absolutely poor. Don't know what Arteta's thinking was and his logic behind that game, setting those players out, But we're in desperate help at the minute because I think if West Ham's got their game in hand, if West Ham, I'm not too sure, but I think if West Ham wins their game in hand now, that puts Arsenal down to 5th spot.
Spurs Spurs can go ahead of us, not West Ham.
Yeah.
Leicester Till I Die TV, thank you for joining in. Let's all laugh at Arsenal, he says. Big up the panel. And he says, how are you, Anthony?
I'm pissed off, to be honest with you, Chris, but there you go. You most probably laugh at that, but let's hope Forest knocks them out.
Yeah, fair enough.
Forest are going to beat Leicester too, mate.
Just before we finish off, I guess I've got to ask you guys as well about tomorrow's game because it's my team. Adam Talks F1. Hello, big up, mate. Man City are too good. Completely agree. We all completely agree with that. Okay, what do you think the score is going to be with United and Villa tomorrow before we wrap up?
I'm going to say 2. I think Villa's going to win. I'm going to say 2. I was going to say 2-0, but I might give Man United a goal and say 2-1. The only reason being, Matt, I don't know if you're going to agree with me on this. I just don't think that 4-2-2-2 formation is any good. I don't think that's good at all. Ragnick, I know he's interim manager he's on a temporary basis till the end of the season, but I think you should have went out and got a manager straight away.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't like the interim thing. I don't like the fact that he's either going to be the director or the manager. I either know now or don't at all. You can't be like flip-flopping about of like what you think he might be at the club. I don't like that. Go and get the person that you want. And also, yeah, I agree with the formation that he uses. I'm not too happy on it because I don't like McTominay and Fred at the back, and he seems to admire them as well. I don't get it. They're just not good enough for Man United. They're good players, but just not good enough for Man United. I'd like to see someone like a Jude Bellingham or something there who is able to spread balls wide, or Rice, or maybe even Gallagher for Palace, who would be a really good fit there. Maybe more of a diamond shape would be best for Man United. But what was your prediction, you say, Anthony?
I'm going to say 2-1 Aston Villa. I just think the players are struggling with what Ragnick wants, his tactical wise. I don't think the players understands his tactics that much, to be honest with you. And that's why Man United are not playing so great at the minute.
Yeah, agreed. What about you, Marlie?
It's been a really frustrating weekend of football for me. I know tomorrow is Monday, but it's still like the weekend of football. And I'm not having it. I want to be happy. So 3-0 Villa.
Okay.
Just throwing that to the universe.
Okay. I'm going to say 2-0 Man United. We've got to do something. I just hope that we do it in the FA Cup and stop this these bad results coming out from the Premier League teams at the moment in the FA Cup. But you never know. Like Leicester Till I Die says, think Man United will beat Villa, but possibly extra time. I was thinking that too. 3-0 to United. That's from a Liverpool fan as well. Big up, Jordan. Give this channel a sub, guys, if you haven't. Great content. Thank you so much, Chris, mate. Thank you so much. If you are watching, please go check out Leicester Till I Die TV. They've been doing quite well recently as well, so you might want to go and check his content because nothing but a high at the moment for Leicester, and they want to retain the FA Cup this year, and I feel like they could be there in amongst the semis and the final possibly. We're going to wrap it up, guys. Let's shout out where everybody can find you. I do like to say it's Marlie because you do like to go on Stevens quite a lot, so you can always shout it out for him. Where can they find you apart from your own channel?
Yeah, well, find me here. This is my home. Follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at Football United TV. Follow myself on Twitter at Marlie Chillin, and definitely find me at Feedly TV. That's my second home. I'm there very often. I'm recording something for him in like 20 minutes. So yeah.
Cool. Cheers, Marlie. Anthony, where can we find you, sweetheart?
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can find me on Feedly TV. You can find me on Football United TV on this channel, which is a good channel, so people get subscribing onto this. And also you can find me on Dugout Daily. That's my home, so that's where you can find me.
Find him in the dugout on Dugout Daily. And you've got a show, haven't you, called the Hibbert and Herbert Show, right?
It is, yes. That's obviously Charlie. That was what he done. But yeah, it's been going great, And we've been doing the top 10 best players in the Premier League, in all positions, like strikers and all that. So that's me, myself, and Amondi on that. And we're doing every position at the minute in the Premier League. So we've only got the left backs and the goalkeepers left to do. So we've done quite a lot of streams on there. We've done about 6 or 7 streams in total already. So
nice little series. Yeah, go check out Dugout Daily, everybody. We are going to wrap it up now. If you have tuned in right at the end, pull it all the way back, rewind, go smash like, share, subscribe. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow for the Football Politics Show. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Take care, people. Bye-bye.
Bye.